Good evening, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. And today we have an amazing guest with us, Sashank sir. He's a successful data engineer and influencer and has great inspirational journey. What I can say is, after hearing him, you will learn a lot. That's it. What I can say. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Squad Growth, and thanks for accepting the invite.
Hey, thank you, Shara. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I'm really excited for the session as well.
Yes, sir. We will start from very beginning, sir. How it all started. What's your journey after your 10 plus 2 and how did you become a data engineer?
Okay, cool. So my journey is right quite interesting. Interesting as in even when I was in my 10 plus 2, I was not sure about the future, right? And that happens. That's a typical phenomena, like in at least in India, right? When you are in the, let's say, seventh standard, eighth standard, uh, you might get a push, or you might be feeling that folks around you are literally talking about IIT preparation and these kind of stuff. So for me, like, I was not into that mode, but obviously I was good in academics. At least till 10 plus 2, I was good at the math side and the like physics, chemistry, these things. I was good at it. Until that moment, I had no experience with the computers. I even don't had any laptop or a computer system at my home. And even in my school, during my schooling time, I didn't opt for computer related subjects at all. So till that moment, I was like, when I was about to complete my 10 plus 2, what I thought, I will pursue my career in this BSc domain, something like physics, chemistry, maths combination. I'll try to MSc, PhD, some sort of thing, like moving into the teaching direction.
Hmm.
But when I was actually going to apply, right? So here I completed my BSc from the Lucknow University. Okay. So when I was going to fill the form, that time what I thought, the computers part, right? Computers part is something which is still left. I haven't touched it yet because I was a little bit afraid of it as well, right? You can say. So I thought, let's give it a try. And for the safe side, what I did, I took this combination: physics, maths, and computer science. Okay. And what happens in Lucknow University, at least in the third year, you can drop one subject. So that was my safer side. If, let's say, till 2 years I didn't enjoy the computers much, I will drop the computers in the third and I will pursue with the physics and maths. So
Okay.
that was my whole idea. And see, Lucknow University is a kind of government university, and everybody knows what is the situation in the government universities. There was nobody, literally nobody to guide. Even I was not attending the classes till 3 years. Honestly speaking, I had no proper vision for my future. I was not so serious about my career at all. I was just going with the flow. What is happening? Let's just like let it be. That was the whole scene. So till 2 years, I was just mugging up the things, whatever computer subjects I had with the C programming or the DSA. I knew, I remember those linked lists or these related terms, but I was just mugging up all the things in order to clear my exams, so that at least somehow I can maintain the 60% throughout my graduation.
Yeah.
Okay. So fortunately, when I completed my second year, that time in the newspaper I saw one cutting, right, where there was a girl who cracked the like HBTU, like I hope many of you might have heard its name, Hardcore Technical University, right? It is in UP. So that is for
Yes,
the
sir.
MC. Really good option for me. Okay. And till that moment I didn't knew that there are NITs which conduct the MC courses as well. There is a kind of exam, NIMSET, like all India level exam. I didn't knew anything. I thought, okay, I'll prepare for MCA. I will crack HBTU. It's a good technical institute, and I will figure out something. So I joined a coaching class, and there I regressively, you can say, invested my time and effort. Okay. Because when you are in third year, you need to manage your college as well, like whole subjects, right? I need to visit the university regular classes, since it was the regular. And apart from that, when my college classes are over, I need to visit the my coaching classes, and then 4 5 long hour classes. And NIMSET is also kind of exam which is difficult, man, honestly. Like, I had to like solve the whole RD Sharma volume 1 volume 2 for that, although that is a kind of exam which I need to crack for the MC course. But like RD Sharma volume 1 volume 2, along with that aptitude, everything, right, I have to be really good at it, because
Yes.
that was the only chance, right? And I had to just get the good result out of it so that I can go into NITs and somehow I can shape my career. Okay, so I did, obviously very tiring year. I will never forget it. Like what I done in my third year of the graduation, but the result was very sweet. I cracked the NIMSET with all India rank 43. I had an option to go for the NIT Trichy, but because of the family reasons, it was my personal thought as well. Like, I won't stay like too far from my family, because my hometown is in Lucknow.
Yeah.
So I opted for the NIT Allahabad. And that was the point where I had to start everything from the zeroth level, because in the graduation I didn't study anything related to computers or anything, right? I was zero, literally, be it the programming, DSA, or computer fundamental related understandings. I was completely zero. And NITs, you know, the level of students, even
Yeah.
in the first year BTech students, they are top notch programming and everything. And that time I just kept, I thought now it's the time to pack your ego in the bag and throw it away, because I had to learn. So I was just reaching out to different BTech first year, second year students for the programming. I learned from them. They also taught me really well. And that's how thing went on. And I was in a, I would say I was in a stable state where I knew programming as well, decent understanding of DSA, computer fundamentals.
Yes.
And during the placement time, obviously this was something which was a kind of thing was happening for the very first time in my life. So I was not able to crack any of the big company during the placement. Starting 7 companies like Amazon, Paytm, Adobe was there, SAP Labs was there, and Wooker was there, and there were 2 more. And I was not even able to crack their return round. Okay, just because of the nervousness, you can say low confidence. Okay, but there was a eighth company, Opera Solution. So I was able to crack its return round, and then everything went well. I cracked its interviews as well. But my, like, see, now many of you might be thinking the same, right? All the students who are studying in the tier 1 colleges
Yeah.
will get 20 plus LPA for sure. And that is the complete myth. This is not true. I started my career with 5 lakhs per annum. Okay, although I was in the NIT Allahabad, definitely tier 1 college.
Yes.
So that message I would also like to convey. Just don't bother about it. It is always about your hustle. The amount of effort you will be putting, the equivalent amount of result you will be getting for the same. Okay, and that's what the thing. Although sometimes things will be not in the right direction, but that's okay. You are in a state where you can make mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes, because you are going to learn. You are landing into the IT industry.
It
So
happens.
just, yep, just that's how I started my career in a service based firm, Opera Solution. And there it was a service based firm, so multiple projects they were working. Some of the teams working on big data projects, some of them working on core software projects, support projects. And from the very beginning, I am quite interactive person. I always love talking to different people, and that's what I did there. I interacted with those teams as well, and that was the first time I heard about the big data. And
Okay.
even in the like MCA, since we were the MCA course, like 90 students were there in the batch, and in comparison to BTech, and obviously you will see these kind of differences in every college, be it the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. If the courses are related to masters, in comparison of BTech, they won't be getting that much attention. We didn't get proper kind of support from the college itself, right? So that we can prepare well ourselves. But that's okay. And it was my mistake as well. Again, I was not self-aware like the way you guys are doing, right?
Yes. Yes.
I sometimes feel quite disappointed that I wish somebody was there who would have organized these kind of tech talks, or probably I was self-aware, so I was active on LinkedIn. I was interacting with people, becoming a part of different tech communities, and That's how I would have got the knowledge what are the recent trends in the IT sector. So being a student nowadays, this should be your first priority, right? Don't just sit in your 4 by 4 hostel room and just into lead code or any kind of just CP related things. Industry is more than that, like your programming related things.
Yes, sir.
And that's how like my overall journey, it was like full of ups and downs, full of confusion, but
But
and then what I can say, like ant bhala to sab bhala.
yes, sir, it is quite inspirational. Like somebody who is just starting or second year, third year, whatever in whatever year, and your journey is such a great inspiration for that person. It's I can't express how inspirational it is, but it is quite inspirational, sir. Uh,
Thanks.
so yes, sir. How a college
Yeah.
student can prepare for the companies? Like you said, when you were in college, you prepared a lot, but it's still you found that it is not so easy to get in companies. So how would you like to suggest that students should prepare? How they should prepare for the good companies?
All right. So this is the good question as well. And I would say, at least if I compare my time, like I was completing my master's in 2017, and in the 5 years, things have changed a lot, right? I can
Yes,
see the
sir.
major shift. Earlier, companies were strictly focusing on the programming things, right? Just whether you know about DBMS, whether you know about OS, right? Typical definition related or bookish questions, right? But at least in these 5 years, I have seen that the interview pattern has changed a lot,
Hmm.
right? Even the criteria, the way companies are judging, it has changed a lot. So
Yes, sir.
nowadays I would definitely say, being a student, even at the earliest, right, earliest as in even if you are in your first year, second years, right, starting from that time itself, you need to be continuous. You need to be consistent in your knowledge expansion. Okay, you shouldn't restrict yourself just some typical books for the OS DBMS, right?
Hmm.
And same goes with the programming as well. At the end, if you want to crack the good companies and cracking interview is one aspect, and surviving in a job is another aspect. I see the overall career in 2 directions, right? So anybody even can like just
Yes,
crack
sir.
the interviews by spending 2 3 months of time with a good preparation, right? You can crack it. But how would you survive in a job? You have to be you have to be a kind of engineer, or you have to be a kind of candidate whose development skills are top notch. Okay, so that's how, like, obviously focus on the programming side as well, and like honestly and thoroughly read your core subjects as well,
Hmm.
right? Your core subjects are something which will be the part of your day-to-day activities which you will be doing in the industry, be it building the data pipelines. If I talk about my profession, be it any software application, right, any kind of thing you will be doing, your database, you definitely need to store the data, interact with the like data. And second is the networking. Obviously when things are on the internet, networking protocols will be there always. Third is the object oriented programming, when it comes to the writing the modular code, right? So definitely oops concept will be in the picture. And last is the operating system, right? When you are building and trying to create the large scale system which are horizontally scalable, then these concepts will come into picture. So that's why saying thoroughly understand these subjects as well. And third and very most important is you need to work on these some really good projects as well, right? So building a project, right, don't do it for the sake of the grades, right? Don't just do it, right? You need to crack your exams, or you need to maintain this much of CGPA, and that's why you just copy pasted projects from your seniors or from somewhere. That's how, like, you are just cheating yourself. you
Yes.
you are not learning anything. And when it comes to enhancing your development skills, although let's say you are creating a very simple decent application, at least you are learning from scratch. You are doing things by your own. Sometimes things will fail, you will debug, you will deep dive into the Stack Overflow, different medium blocks, you will learn so many things, right? That's why project is something which is really important. And that's how the companies are looking nowadays, right? They are looking forward for a kind of candidate who is a complete package, right? His theoretical concepts are also strong, right? A good problem solver, and along with that, a good system designer and a good developer as well, right? So you need to maintain a good balance. That's how you will be able to create, you will be able to crack some top notch companies with good salaries as well. Else, let's say you are just good with the programming or just good with the bookish knowledge, you can land into a job, but nobody can guarantee that it would be a good top tech company, or the amount of, or the kind of compensation you were expecting. So that's how you should actually prepare.
Yeah, that's very important, sir, that people should focus on development and programming simultaneously, not only
Yep,
programming and not only development.
that's true, that's true.
Yes, sir. Sir, nowadays several technologies are on boom. Like everybody is discussing about Web3, blockchain, AI, ML.
Mhm.
Is something. There are some fascinating terms which are boom. And what do you think about the future of data engineer? Like data engineering is also a category that is on boom. We can say it's a new category also that people are not aware of previously, but now they are. So, what do you think? How would be the future of data engineering?
Okay, that's a good question as well, and I have seen lots of folks asking this question as well. If you are working in data engineering, whether it's a safe option, and how long we can go in this direction, right? What is the future, the compensation, everything. So see, nowadays, if you again compare your last 7 8 years with the 2022, so now industry is all about the data as well, right? Every critical business decision is like data driven, be
Yes.
it any company, right, in the world. If you want to take any company's name, so companies are actually utilizing that data now, because there is a phrase which is very popular: data is the new oil of the
Yeah.
IT industry. The way crude oil, raw oil empowered the industrial economy, the same way data is actually empowering the information technology. So every company wants the some meaningful information to grow their businesses, right? You can take name or like very simple use cases, your Spotify recommendation, YouTube recommendation, or recommendations on your Amazon platform, or the way dynamic pricing is happening on the Uber
Yeah.
platform. Okay,
Or
so
the
everything is
Zomato, how it
related to the,
provide you.
yeah. Yep, definitely. Everything is dependent on the customer behavior, right? Each company want to expand, each company want to acquire maximum number of customer. They also want to provide the good services, but for that they need to collect the information. They need to analyze that what I personally like, what Shore personally like, and based on that, they will try to give some great deals. They will try to give some like amazing offers, so that we can spend more, and when we will be spending more, that's how the company will be making more revenues. Okay, so that is the main thing. The data is something which is now the very very strongest pillar of the entire IT industry, and that's why the future is bright, because companies are getting heavily dependent on it, right? You cannot nowadays, you cannot imagine any of the organization which is just working on the software applications, building those things, right? Because now that data has become so much important. And the job openings, right, massive.
Yes.
Like again, like 2017 to 2020 22, the market in the data analytics has grown a lot, right? I can 50 80% growth, right? You can name any good company, tech company like Fangam companies, startup service based companies, like 24 into 7 and 365 days. There are job openings for the data science, data engineer, data analyst, BI engineers. Okay,
Yes.
so that is the main thing. I just want you guys to understand, the market is very much open. It's just you need to focus on the right skill sets, and even before that, you need to analyze that what kind of job profile you are liking. Just don't go into the data science because your roommate, your some random friend, or somebody you saw is doing the machine learning and data science, right?
Yes, sir.
You need to figure out whether you are liking the skill sets, right, which are mentioned or required for that specific job profile. If you are personally liking it, then you should deep dive into it. Because when even I was exploring the big data. I explored data science, I explored data engineering, I explored data analyst as well. So data science was something where I saw lots of mathematical stuff, and plus not so many opportunities to build large scale complex system, right? Doing the system design the way we do it for the software engineering, right? So I didn't see that kind of scope in the data science, right?
Yes.
So I skipped that option. Second was the data analyst. So I saw it, this profile is best suitable when you actually move into the program manager or the business side.
Okay.
Okay, because there obviously you won't have much things to code or writing complex scalable data pipelines. So I had a soft corner for programming, I had a soft corner for building large scale system, and data engineering was giving me everything. So I did that research, I didn't just blindly followed someone and moved into the data science. Okay, so this is why the future of data engineering is very very bright. Even in next upcoming 2 3 years, uh like you will see like this growth, the job openings by 2x 3x.
Yes, sir.
And at least till last year or till last to last years, companies were not visiting to campuses for data engineering profile specifically, but since last 2 3 years companies have started it as well.
Yeah.
They are actually hiring for the engineer role specifically from the campuses. So now you can even see this change, because earlier it was only, let's say, web developer, android developer, iOS or software engineer, only that kind of job profiles were there and companies were visiting for that. So the growth or the future is very very bright.
Yeah. Sir, now let's discuss about your influencer journey. You also have a YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
guys, if you haven't subscribed, search YouTube channel. The link is attached. You can subscribe, and you should, because sir is providing huge value on his channel for free. So, sir, how was your journey on YouTube? And recently you hit 50K on your YouTube. So many congratulations, sir. So how was
Thank
your
you, thank you.
experience on YouTube?
Experience was definitely very good, I must say. And even the this kickoff of my YouTube journey was also very very random, right? So what actually happened in 2020, March 2020, I joined Amazon, right?
Yes, sir.
And even that time, obviously lockdown was about to happen.
Mhm.
So I was in Bangalore and I got stuck at my friend's place for 2 3 months because flights were shut down and trains, no transportation, because it was a complete lockdown.
Yes.
And at least when I was in my college at that time, I was doing content writing for geeks as well. So at least I had some soft corner for doing things apart from the typical life. Let's say typical life of a student is just get stick with your subjects and doing your projects and
That's it.
right, these kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
And for me the side hustle was doing this content writing and that kind of exposure. So I had that kind of soft corner, and when I was stuck at my friend's place that time, at least I decided, I have spent at least 3 years in the industry, and I have a decent understanding of data engineering as well. And I know, and not lots of people know about the data engineering, or probably they don't know the worth of it, how amazing this profile is,
Yes.
and what kind of the growth opportunities, what kind of companies are hiring, the compensation and everything. So that time I decided, let's start the YouTube channel at least. Okay. And there what I'll do, I will just bring people from the different domains, and mostly my target would be the data domain, big data professionals. I will bring from different domains, and I will have a chat with them, like doing the podcast with them, so
Okay.
that people will get the variations as well. They will get to know about different kind of aspects of the IT industry from different people who are actually working in those profiles. It is not like I am just doing some research by my own and just sharing that information with you, right? It was, my idea was to make things authentic, so I just called those people, and that's how my journey started. And YouTube is something, or even not YouTube, content creation is something, right, which is also a very great learning opportunity. It's a whole process in itself. And earlier I just started it. Sometimes there was a situation where when I thought to quit it because I was not getting views or reach, right, I was disappointed. And that's how the learnings come into the picture. I learned from other creators how they used to create their videos, how they create the thumbnails, let's say titles, and even recordings to just like improving the setup, audio, video, everything. That was the whole process. And yeah, that's how I learned. And after some time I started focusing on the solo videos for data engineering, right?
Mm.
Helping people with the data engineering opportunities, what are the important things somebody needs to know in that profile. And yep, things are going good. Like touchwood, I hope things will remain same.
It will, sir. It will. And soon your channel will be at 100K.
Thank you, I wish.
Yes, sir. So, what's the last message you would like to give to our audience? Like all of them are in college, they are first, second year student, or probably third year student. So, what message you would like to give to them?
uh okay, so first message, right, what I would like to give them, that is basically uh, kind of advices, or the kind of mistakes I did. Because many of you will be in the same situation as well, right? I was during my college, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
first thing I would say, please be self-aware. Don't just get dependent on your seniors or any of your friend who is, let's say, good in studies or anything like that, right? If they are helpful, they will like just keep on helping you at every step in your life, right? But you need to be self-aware, you need to be self dependent as well. And that was the probably biggest mistake I did when I was in college. Because what I was thinking, okay, whatever seniors will tell me, I will just prepare only those things. Or let's say my friend, if he studied only those 2 3 topics, or whatever direction he is going, I will follow the same direction.
Mm.
So that was the bigger mistake. Just be self aware. uh, Take participation in different tech communities nowadays. At least this is the most coolest scene, I would say, at
Mm.
least on the college level, right? Just have a chat with the students from different colleges as well, or even the good developers who are working in different companies, right? Just follow them, follow the right people to consume the right content. This is very very much important. Because social media is something where only 5 to 10% things are something which you are supposed to consume for your growth. Rest of the things are actually related to the distraction. So you just need to you need to keep yourself, you need to keep yourself safe, so that you are consuming the right thing for your improvement. And use LinkedIn effectively. LinkedIn is something which can help you definitely to land into good of the or you can say best of the best jobs, right? You don't even need to depend on your campus placements, right? If you have the right skill sets, you are a good developer, right? You have worked on your basic fundamentals, basic understanding of software engineering, you can even get this some really cool off campus opportunities. That's why I'm saying, if you are following the right people, they keep on sharing good job opportunities. If you are following the recruiters from different companies, following different company pages, tech pages, community pages, right, you will
Yes.
get that relevant information. And you never know how easily you can land in a good job opportunity via this off campus door, right?
Yes, sir.
So self awareness is very much important. And second, again, be consistent, right? Don't think that okay, in the uh, like sixth semester, seventh semester, I will cover up all the things, right? So that doesn't actually happen, honestly speaking. From the very beginning, if you can keep yourself consistent in your studies, right, maintaining your decent level of CGP as well. uh, Theoretical understanding is also very important, but the more part, the more you need to focus on the practical understandings. If you, let's say for an example, scheduling algorithms in the operating system, you studied that topic, right? So just don't go ahead with the bookish knowledge, whatever is written in the book. Just try to visualize it, how it happens in practical, how it happen in the real, right? Go through with some good YouTube videos or articles where you can understand more about these things, right? Why even it was needed. Just always keep this word in your dictionary, why, right?
Yes.
Because this is something which shows your curiosity. The
Mm.
more you are curious, the more you will learn, right? So just be in that learning passion, 24/7, 365 days, doesn't matter you are in college or you are in your job. You
Yes.
need to learn every day, because software or IT industry is a kind of industry where if you are not updating yourself
Mm.
every day, uh, like sooner you will be fired, right? Because you are not able to keep yourself up to date, right? You don't know the latest tech stack, you don't know about the recent trends of the IT, you are not following the good engineering excellence. So that means, right, you are not a kind of asset any kind of company would want, right?
Yes, sir.
Because they won't like to pay 3 lakhs per month to anybody who is just making some changes in the configuration file.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the whole point. Just keep yourself up to date, try to be a good developer, good engineer. And always, uh, I have seen, right, whenever when we are in the industry, right, this is the most common mistake which we used to do. We ignore the soft skills part, right? We
Yeah.
think, okay, I'm a developer, my job role is to just create the things, right? I don't need to interact with the leadership, management, or client or business units.
Yes, sir.
My manager will say, okay, I need to code this part, I will code it and deliver it, right? That's how you are only improving your technical skills, right? Technical part. But just imagine, after 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, you will be also on that level, the technical lead, tech architect, manager, then VP, something like that. So
Yes.
there, at that level, you are not someone who is supposed to code. You are someone who is actually a need to design something, like just giving a blueprint to your team, and your team will actually work on it, right? So your soft skill is something, like I would say the technical skills plus soft skill is a really you can say lethal combination, right, for anybody to grow in the industry, right?
Yes, sir.
So make sure, always look forward for those opportunities, like be an initiator. Obviously, some in the beginning you might make some mistakes, right? You are not comfortable, you don't understand the business or your product or whatever you are trying to build. But
Yes.
if, let's say, you are getting the opportunity to have a chat with business team or the clients, right, for which you are building the product, you will get the great insights of your project, all the business ecosystem model, right? And that helps you to move fast in the industry. So these are the some like advices which I gave you based on my experience.
Yes.
And I personally think this is something which will be really helpful in the longer run.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for accepting the invite. Thank you very much for providing such a great amount of knowledge to our audience. It's huge, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for listening me patiently. And this was a nice session. Thanks, Shor, for inviting me.
Thank you, sir.